What's going on, guys? Klutch here with your ModHub update for Farming Simulator 19. Well, guys, we've got 3 new mods in the ModHub. One new update as well. Now, I seem to think that mods are slowing down a little bit. We've got a very busy week coming up. Well, next week. Seasons releases as well. We're getting the new Cotton DLC, John Deere Cotton DLC for Farming Sim 19. So things have quieted down a little bit this week. Still, we've got 3 fantastic mods which I want to talk about today. Just be aware that, that's probably the reason. We're going to see a lot of stuff coming out in the next week or so. And I know for one, I'm extremely excited. I hope you guys are too. Some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. But before we get to that, we've got to get to this. So let's quickly talk about, well, what we got in the ModHub today. So the first mod I want to talk about, that we're going to talk about, is the Windrow King. Now this is somewhat similar to the Kuhn Merge Max, the base game Windrower. It has a pickup on the front here. You can see we pick up our grass or straw right off the front here. It has a belt drive in behind, and it simply pushes everything off to one side. Now it only has a 3-meter span, so that is kind of the limitation of this. However, it is only 3,000 bucks, so it's relatively cheap. It's just a little bit on the small side in the grand scheme of things. Now, one key with this is it is a front attachment only. So you'll need to have a tractor that attaches to the front. Our new New Holland, well, it doesn't have that, so it's not a possibility. You need something with a front PTO and a 3-point hitch on the front. Just be aware of that. We're going to test this one in a bit here. But yeah, so this here is the Windrow King, guys. Very similar in the operation to the Kuhn Merge Max we have in game. Just a little bit smaller, of course. And yeah, no other options available. You can't change any colorings. There's no options you can add on to it. It is 3,000 bucks. That's all there is to this thing. So once again, the Windrow King. Let's move along. So our next mod caught me off guard a little bit. The Lizard 500 series. Now this is the trailer attached to our Chev up here. Yeah, this is an animal trailer, a livestock trailer. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. When I saw this in mods and testing, I had zero clue what this was. This is not what I was expecting whatsoever, to be honest with you, though. I was expecting some kind of a cultivator or something along those lines. But a livestock trailer, that's not what I was expecting at all. So anyways, it is, well, kind of an authentic looking livestock trailer. Well, it needs to be marked up a little bit. The paint is way too shiny right now. But there's not a lot of options with this one. There's no tire options or wheel options. You do have options for colorings, of course. You're going to get the standard Lizard colorings with that. We've gone with kind of the army green here almost. I guess it's a bent green. Anyways, there are the standard Lizard colorings that will go with this. But that is really the only options you're going to get. So it is 5,500 bucks. Relatively cheap, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. It'll hold only 2 horses, however. It'll hold 2 cows, 4 sheep, and 4 pigs. We still don't have anything for chickens yet. Why don't we have anything that can hold chickens? I just want to be able to drive chickens around. Let's jump in this quickly. You can see here, it does have a door that opens off the back. And once you have animals inside, you will have the proper animations for whatever animals you place back there, similar to all the other livestock trailers we have. And you, of course, you have your lights as well. Anyways, guys, that there is the Lizard 500 series, 5,500 bucks. You'll find that in your livestock trailer section, your animal section of your store. Our last mod that we need to check out, New Holland T6 2-wheel drive edition. So we do have the T6. It's a 4-wheel drive in the store right now. We're moving over to, well, the 2-wheel drive variant of that tractor. Now, this tractor does have quite a few different options. You know what? I always surprise me when I look at this tractor. I always think that it should be in the small tractor section. I don't know what they base the sizes on those on. Do you guys know? It must be a horsepower issue. Anyway, so the base horsepower on this is 125 horsepower. If you go with the largest engine, you're going to be up to 180 horsepower. So there's quite a significant gap there. And the price isn't all that different, to be perfectly honest. So speaking of price, base starts at 72 grand. I think if you're all in, you're going to be looking at around 110,000 bucks, something along those lines. So quite a few different options as well. Obviously, the engine is, we've already spoken about that, but I think there's 7 different variations to the engine that you can upgrade from 125 all the way up to 180. Now, the other big options, well, wheels. Now, you have 4 different brands. You have the Trelleborg, of course, Michelin's, Midas, and Nokian's. Nokian's don't really have any options, but the Midas and the, what is it? The Midas and the Michelin's have a couple of different options. This is just the wide wheels. So the only thing you're going to notice with the wide wheels for the most part is it's a little bit bigger, of course, but it also gets rid of this rear fender the way it sits. Now, if we would have had the standard size wheels, you'd have a bit of a black fender that would kind of wrap out the sides. We'll take a look in the store afterwards just to compare what they look like. and have a quick boo at that. However, the big option, the big tires that have the most options is always the Trelleborg. And you can see over here we have the Trelleborg with doubles. You have doubles, you have weights, you have skinnies, you have skinny doubles. You have quite a few options with the Trelleborgs. The rest of the tires, not a lot of options, maybe 1 or 2 different options, and that's about it. So just be aware of that. The other big option, well, we have front weight option. So we have, I think it's 1,400 kilos up front right now. That adds about 1,700 bucks to the price tag. Or you can also go with a front loader option. You also have 2 different options for front loader the way they look. I believe they operate exactly the same. I couldn't notice any kind of a difference. This here is kind of our standard look for our front loader option. You also have one that's called the Aloe. We'll take a look at that as well, but it seems to work exactly the same, and I've seen it a couple of times, but there's not much difference in the exact same price. It's just a different appearance. That is all. Other than that, well, we have an option for, get around back here, rear triangle. Always going to have the rear triangle on, right? As well, if I jump up on top, you have a GPS unit up on top. That's an extra 7,500 bucks, which is quite expensive for that. But that is really the full gamut of options. Obviously, no coloring options with this particular tractor, but I do love having the 2-wheel drive. Now, you can see here, the biggest thing I love about these is just these little donuts up front for the 2-wheel drive tractors and how they change. Now, this here is the Midas, right? We have Midas on this? No, Michelin. We have the Michelin tires on here. It's a bit of a different design, whereas if we go with the Trelleborg on this one, you can see we have these standard kind of front donut style 2-wheel drive tractor tires. I love these little tires. They look so good. Yeah, anyways, sorry. Let's go take a quick look at the store at some of the options, and we'll show it all off. So just like the regular T6, the 4-wheel drive T6, which actually is about 106,000 bucks. So you're going to save, you know, $25,000, $30,000 going with the 2-wheel drive variant, guys. So that might be worthwhile if you don't really need that 4-wheel drive variant. Go with a 2-wheel drive. Save yourselves 25 grand. It's 25% savings right there. Not bad. So configuration options, like I said, you have the weights, quite a few options there, going all the way up to 12. Oh, it's only 1,200. I thought it was 14. So 1,200 kilograms down to nothing. But just be aware, if you do go with the weight option, you cannot go, it doesn't even show up. You cannot go with the front loader option. So in order to get a front loader, you need to leave the front weight off. And now all of a sudden you have a front loader attachment option. So there is the standard, the base front loader. Like I said, the ALO console, that is the other front loader option. It's just one bar instead of having the front bars as well. It just looks a little bit different. Same price and works just the same. All the front loaders, there's no changes in what front loaders work with it. Other options you're going to get. Let's go back up to the top here. There we go. So wheel brand, like I said, we'll move away from the Trelleborg because it has the most options, but Nokians, there's no options there, just the communals. The Michelins have a couple options for wide, and that's pretty much it. You can see what I was talking about with the fenders there, how it deletes part of the fenders. Just be aware of that. The Midas has a few more options. It does have the colored wheel weights, and it has, that's it actually. I thought it had wide tires. No, it doesn't. So just the colored wheel weights, but the big one, like I said, Trelleborg has the most options. So weights, wides with weights, you get your skinnies, doubles, and your double skinnies. So it does have quite a few different options there. Oh, I didn't notice this. It changes the front tires depending. Huh. So if you go with, oh, look at that. Okay. So there is some tires that, even on the Trelleborg, it does change those front tires. I like the standard look personally, but that's just me. Other than that, our GPS up top, you can see that's addable. And our warning triangle on the back. Last one, of course, is our engine. We do have, I think there's 7 options for engines from the 125 all the way up to the 180, almost all in 5 horsepower increments. But all in, if we go up to the max, what am I missing here? Oh, it's the wheels, the tires. We can probably add, there we go to the foreground, 108,000 bucks. I think there might be something else I could probably add to this. Oh, you know what? There we go. 110 grand. Yeah, I know I saw 110 grand if we max it right out. So 72 to 110 if you go with all the options. That is the T6 2-wheel drive, guys. Oh, I'm pretty happy with this. I personally like the 2-wheel variant over the 4, to be honest with you. I think it's actually pretty cool looking. The last thing I wanted to do today is test out this Windrow King in a different configuration. So this is designed to be on the front of a tractor. We're going to put it on the back and see what happens. So as you can see here, the way the tongs work, if I fire this up, it'll only work in one direction, of course. It's picking up and throwing down. So if we're pulling this behind, it shouldn't work. And you can see here, if I run down the one testing run I did, actually we can go down the other side. We'll just start driving here. of course, it shouldn't pick it up, and it doesn't. Good. I'm glad to see that it doesn't pick it up, because that would be unrealistic since we're going that direction. However, now if we go in reverse, it should, and it does. Look at that. That's great. I was wondering if it would pick that up. That's kind of cool. I like the way the animation works on this thing. That's cool. Anyways, I just wanted to test that out. Now I've done it. Very cool. The only other thing in the mod hub today, guys, we had an update to the placeable gates, the metal gate fences, placeable metal gates. You know what I'm talking about. It has been updated, so if you use those, you may want to update that. Very cool. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this mod hub update. If you did, make sure you drop a like. And of course, we have a ton of stuff coming out in the next week as far as the update, well, the new Seasons mod coming out. New John Deere DLC, Cotton DLC is coming out as well. So make sure you guys subscribe to be kept up to date with all that good stuff that's coming out for Farming Simulator 19. Also in the comments, let me know what you guys think of the new T6 two-wheel drive. Would you guys rather go with the two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? You know what? I think I might go with the two-wheel drive. This is cool. I really do like this little tractor. Very awesome. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. This is Klutch. Over and out.